Good afternoon. I thought I'd share that short yoga session with you on this rainy day. So you may need just a blanket, like I'm sitting on a blanket right now. We're just going to do some forward stretches. So let's begin with your legs crossed. So start with your right leg in front of the left leg. Establish your position here by rooting the sitting bones to the blanket or to the floor, letting your knees release out to the side, feeling the lengthening of your spine from the tailbone to the crown of your head. So here this is the basic position. This position is called Sukhasana, which means easy pose, easy seated pose. So with each breath you take, if you're feeling lethargic, or if you're feeling really you want to move, then you concentrate on the breath in different ways. For example, if you're feeling lethargic, you may want to concentrate on your inhale. So taking an inhale, getting the energy, receiving that energy, and exhaling, let it go of any anxiety. Sometimes anxiety can bring about restlessness. If you're feeling overly excited, then you may want to concentrate on your exhale and using the exhale as a way to again let go. So the inhale is to receive the energy, and the exhale is to ground yourself a little bit more. Okay? Breathing here. Okay. So we're going to start by just a nice easy stretch. So bring your hands in front of you, and then walk your hands forward. And then press your forearms on the floor. Keep the chin lifted. So you try not to round your thoracic spine. So you keep the chin in alignment with your sternum. Continue to receive the breath. Bringing your awareness to the inhale or your awareness to the exhale. Or maybe you want to bring your awareness to both. Noticing that you are inhaling and noticing that you are exhaling. And you may notice that the exhale is a little longer than the inhale, and so don't try to change that. So you take an easy inhale, and then exhale fully until your lungs feel empty. So as you inhale, you're expanding the ribcage to receive the breath. And as you exhale, you connect to the ground a little deeper. And now let's walk back to that seated upright position, and let's change the cross of your legs, bringing your left leg in front of your right leg. Lengthen the spine, and then walk your fingers forward. Again, coming to the forearms. Releasing there, so inhaling, feel the stretch, keep the thoracic spine from rounding as much as you can. And noticing the breath, noticing maybe your inhale, noticing the exhale. You can close your eyes to do that if you want to go a little deeper inside your body. And feel the ribcage expand as you receive the breath. And feel the body contract as you letting go of the breath. And now walk in. Okay. Now you're going to keep your right leg bent. You're going to extend your left leg straight out. Okay. Now bring your hands behind you, lengthen the spine. And let's just turn toward your forward leg. Let's do that first. Inhaling here. Exhaling, turn to the other side. Inhaling. Exhaling. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Let's inhale, facing the front, the forward leg, and then walk forward. I didn't tell you to have a strap, but if you have a strap handy, you can use a strap to place around the ball of the foot. Or you can just keep your hands on either side of your leg. And as you extend into your right knee, you extend into your left leg. You imagine you could bring the back of your knee to the floor. And those of you who can, you're going to grab the foot or just grab your strap. And then you're going to keep your chin lifted. And then open the elbows out, keep the chin lifted. So you try to bring your chin toward your leg. And you pause here. And you keep breathing. Feel the lengthening on the right side of your torso. Keep rooting through your sitting bones. So the right knee presses out and to the floor. And then inhaling, again to lengthen the spine back up. And then come up. You're going to switch to the other side. So again, for me, I'm sitting on a blanket and it helps me lift the sitting bones. So you're going to turn toward your forward leg. So that forward leg is really active. The foot is active. You're going to inhale here and then exhale to the other side. Inhale toward your right leg. Exhale to the other side. Inhale and exhale. Let's go back to the front as you inhale and then walk your hands forward. Now there's the difference between the right side and the left side. You may feel that one side is tighter than the other side. So you want to honor that. So you're not pushing anything. You keep the sternum lifted, keep your chin lifted. And then if you can grab your foot, open the elbows out, any amount that you can. And then keep lengthening forward from the tailbone to your shin, to the crown of the head, so the chin stays lifted. So it's not about bringing your forehead to the leg. And you breathe into that space. And then slowly coming back, lengthening the spine, coming all the way up. And we're going to come to our hands and knees. Let's begin in child's pose. So sit back on your heels. And then slide your hands forward, bring your forehead to the mat. Feel the skin stretch on the side of your torso. Keep walking the fingers forward so your elbows, try to keep your elbows off the floor. And then bring awareness to the breath. Inhaling, expanding the rib cage. Exhaling, feel the belly becoming engaged. So continue to feel that extension on the side body. Let your forehead become heavy to the floor. And if your forehead doesn't come to the floor, then you want to use a block underneath the forehead. Keep reaching forward any amount that you can, lengthening more and more as you breathe. And you may hear the sound of your breath in the back of your throat. So you take an inhale to your nose and exhale to the nose. Maintain the extension of the side body. Let's take one more breath here. Inhaling. Exhaling deeper. With your next inhalation, just Come back to a seated position. Okay, bring your knees in alignment with your hips. Come to your hands and knees. Adjust the knees to be right beneath the hips and the wrists right beneath the shoulders, starting in the neutral spine. So when you take your next inhale, we're going to come into the spine extension, which is the cow position. So inhale. And as you exhale, drop your head, drop the tailbone, round the back into the cat position. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Let's inhale into spine extension. Exhaling, press back into the child's pose. Take one breath here. Receiving the inhale, expanding the rib cage. And letting go of the breath. Pull, pressing the belly in. And we're going to lie down on our backs. Lie down with your legs fully in front of you, arms over your head. Now, with your next exhalation, you're going to bring your right knee into your chest. Let's hold on to the knee with the right hand and just have your other hand by your side in a comfortable position. Then begin to rotate the thigh into the hip socket. So we're going to do 5 in one direction. And then you're going to change the direction of your circle. For 1, 2, 3, 4, one more, 5. Now let's take the inside of your knee and bring your leg out to the side so you can keep your knee bent. Okay, so those of you who have a hamstring challenge, that is totally doable for you without any props, without any strap. Now you're going to bring your knee back to the center. You're going to hold on to your knee with your left hand, extend your right arm out to the side, and then bring your knee across. So here, if you feel that you need your blanket or a pillow underneath your knee, this is a place to put it. But you don't have to go to your maximum pose right away. So you may flow in and out. So you come into the twist, keeping the right shoulder rooted to the floor. You may go back to the center a little bit, and then come into the twist again. And this time you just stay there for 5 breaths. Then your head, you can look straight up to the ceiling, or you can turn your head away from the twist, or you can turn your head in the direction of the twist, depending on which part of the neck you want to stretch. So I'm just going to keep looking straight up at the ceiling, concentrating on the opening of the chest, on the extension of the right side of my body. So this is an oblique stretch. Your right arm is stretching out to the side. And then you may go a little deeper or not. You could just stay where you are, as long as you maintain the right shoulder rooted to the floor. And now you're going to slowly come back to the center. Hold on to your knee with both hands. Keep the leg fully exhaling. And then as you inhale, lift. And then exhale. Bring your knee and forehead toward each other. You keep breathing in this position, hollowing the belly. And then you're going to inhale back down, stretch the arms of your head, stretch your right leg on the floor. And let's bring the right knee in, holding onto your knee with your left hand. Just begin to rotate the knee 5 times in one direction into the hip socket for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's change the direction. 1, 2. Be present with that movement. 3, 4, and 5. Now you're going to hold on to the inside of your knee the way I am. So you open in the back of your knee, bring your leg out to the side. As you do that, keep that right leg fully extended. Keep the right side rooted to the floor. You can have your hand there to remind you to stay alert. So keep breathing into that opening. Keep reaching forward with your right leg. And now slowly bring your leg back to the center. And you're going to use your right hand to hold onto your knee, stretch your left arm out to the side. Then you can bring your knee across, keep your left shoulder on the floor. And again, let's just explore here, range of motion. You can go back to the center. And then exhale back into the twist. Go back to the center. Exhale into the twist, and let's hold that twist. Concentrate on the left shoulder rooting into the floor. Again, position of your head, you can look straight up. You can turn your head to either side. Keep extending the left arm away from the shoulder. You may find that if you hug the belly in a little bit, you get a little bit more of that extension on the left side of your torso. Also, hugging the belly may help you bring the left shoulder closer to the floor. So you pause there, you breathe. And then let's just return to the center. Stretch both your legs on the floor, stretch your arms over your head. And now let's bring your arms by your side. You're going to bend your knees, plant the feet. Just place your right ankle over your left knee. And just pause there. You don't have to do anything else for now. Pause in there. You press in the right knee toward the center of the room. You keep the right hip open. You try to stabilize the sacrum on the floor. And now you're going to bring your left knee in and hold behind your left knee. So underneath the knee, not so you underneath the knee, underneath your calves. Now with your right elbow, keep pressing your right knee to the center of the room until you feel that stretch in your IT band around the glutes and your hamstring. You're breathing into that space. And now you may want to maybe extend your left leg to the ceiling. And then slide your arms, hold on to your right heel, slide your right arm underneath your right calf, and then slowly begin to stretch your left leg to the floor. As you do that, you're pulling on your heel toward you, but you keep pressing the right knee toward the center of the room. So you should be feeling that stretch in your hamstring and your glutes. So if you're feeling the stretch, you don't have to force it anymore. Just stay there, take a couple of breaths into the stretch. And then slowly bending your left knee, planting the foot. Return your ankle to your left knee and then undo your legs. Let's do the other side. So you're going to place your left ankle over your right knee. Again, you pause here, stabilizing the sacrum, the pelvic floor. So the knee, the left knee moves toward the center of the room. You may want to activate a dorsal flexion, meaning you're stretching the sole of your foot. So you keep, so it's a mild stretch right now. It's not very totally pleasant, probably. Now you're going to bring your right knee toward you and slide your hands underneath your thigh. Pull your right knee in, but keep pressing the left knee toward the center of the room. So here there's a little bit more of a stretch, if the intensity of the stretch has increased in your hamstring and your glutes. But you still try to maintain that evenness in your sacrum, the pelvic floor. And from here you may want to extend your right leg up to the ceiling and then slide your left arm underneath your left leg, hold on to your heel with your right hand, then slowly bring your right leg down to the floor. So you do a gentle pull on your left foot toward you by the gentle pressing of the left knee to the center of the room. And now the stretch may be a little bit more intense in your hamstring and your glutes. Just taking a few breaths here. And then bending your left knee, bring your ankle back onto the knee and come back with your knees bent, feet planted on the floor. Slide the shoulder blades on your back. Just going to do a gentle flow of what's called a hammock bridge. So as you inhale, you're going to stretch your arms over your head. You're going to lift the hips up. Maintain that as you breathe. Keep the knees in alignment with the hips and keep the ankles in alignment with the knees. Now keep extending the arms over your head. You're going to slowly curl your spine down to the floor. So here you feel how much you have to use your abdominal muscles to make that happen. And then you're going to bring the arms down by your side. Now let's say, if it's not pleasant on your shoulders to have the arms over your head, you can do the hammock position even with the arms by your side. So just don't work to pain, okay? So let's, again, inhale, lift it. Again, you don't have to bring the arms over your head if it doesn't feel good, but if you do, just let these arms come up and stretch back. Feel the power of your legs, so you're pushing the floor away with your feet. You're maintaining the breath. And then stretch your spine back down to the floor. And bring the arms by your side. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling, lift into your hammock bridge. Exhaling, stretch the spine down. Bring your arms by your side. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. And you can either hold on behind the knees, keep the knees wider than your hips, or you can do happy baby, which means you grab the feet, you press your knees toward the floor, you press your feet into your hands. You try to flatten your back. So you don't try not to run the back. So just know if your back is really rounded right now, it's telling you that you have tight hamstring and tight back. So just have the intention of flattening the back. So don't get discouraged if you say, well, my back is so rounded, what can I do? So all you have to do is have the intention of stretching the tailbone toward the center of the room and toward the floor. Now you're going to bring the sole of the feet together, release the feet down into a reclined cobblers pose. You can have your hands on your belly, feet pressing toward each other. We're just going to take a couple of breaths here. Feel the breath move beneath your hands. Think of the skin here on your belly as the surface of a lake. And think of the organs, the soft organs, as the pebbles at the bottom of a lake. So all your soft organs are resting toward the spine, and you feel some space here on the surface of your belly. And then slowly stretch your legs out. You're going to stretch your arms up to the ceiling. Lift your head up, look up at your feet, and then come up. Okay, sit tall. And then lower yourself all the way down. So place your hands on your hips, curl your spine. Curl yourself all the way down, squeezing the legs toward each other. Now separate your feet hip width apart, a little wider than the hips in fact. Slide the shoulder blades down your back, let the palms rest facing up to the ceiling. Close your eyes. Let go of any control that you had over your muscles. Reconnect to the breath. Let the facial muscles relax. Let the space between the eyebrows open. In some religion, they take of that space as the third eye. Let your belly become soft. So even the actual the breath should be soft. So there's no effort. You're just receiving the inhale and giving the exhale. So receiving the inhale and gifting the exhale. Eventually, even the breath begins to disappear. And now you're going to bend your knees, roll to your side, and come up to a comfortable seated position, either with your legs crossed or sitting on your heels. Thank you very much for joining me today. It was a nice, easy, meditative workout. I hope you enjoyed. Bring the palms together. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bow to yourself with gratitude. Namaste.